Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, December 15th. We are here in Baton Rouge, Cards and Culture. Thank you guys for being here. Of course, the McAfee show starts and just starts blasting. Can we turn that down? Perfect timing. But this is Bets and Breaks. This is the show for calculated risk takers, sports cards, gambling, collectibles, brought to you by SeatGeek. If you guys haven't downloaded the app, SeatGeek's a great sporting event app, entertainment app. If you guys are going to concerts, games, all that good stuff, it's that time of year. It's Christmas. Maybe it's a good way to buy a Christmas gift. You guys can save $20 if you guys use my last name. It's spelled R-A-N-A-U-D-O. Gets you $20 off your first purchase. Also, St. Rock Vodka and our friends at 7-3 Distilleries. God bless, man. Everything's going off this morning. We couldn't do what we do without you guys. This is the official vodka of the Bayou Traditions Collective over at LSU, which means that every bottle that you buy goes back into the collective so you guys can support your LSU athletes through drinking. So that's fun. That's Louisiana culture for you. And we are in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so this is perfect for our LSU Tigers, supporting them. Joe, welcome back. Thanks for being here.
I'm here.
You're here. Yeah, we missed you yesterday. Mikey made some picks.
Yeah, I heard.
He hit Jacoby Myers' touchdown, but everything else was a little.
The Jacoby Myers touchdown wasn't that their third touchdown of the game?
It was in the first quarter. Yeah, it was wild. Under. Yeah, even though he wanted it under. Yeah, he was like, Jacoby Myers hit, but the under's not looking good. And I was like, yeah that's part of it.
Yeah.
Our show pick did not hit. Darius Garland did not score 20 points. Finished with 19. So, of course, the hook got us again. But our pick was Darius Garland for 20 points and 2 threes. He hit his 2 threes, but he came up a little short on the 19 points, which hurts. Let's see. I did go 3 for 3 yesterday, so that was kind of fun. I hit, let me see, check my notes right here. Luka, PRA. Dude is just on fire right now. It's a cheat code. Karl Anthony Towns, PRA. Crushed it. And Kobe White, PRA. I don't understand. The sports books are not picking up on Kobe White. We were talking about this. I was talking about it with with Mikey yesterday, and Griff was in here, and we were talking about it. Kobe White has been balling in Zach LaVine's absence, and the Bulls are in shambles. He's their guy. Like, him and Vucevic are the only ones scoring. I mean, DeRozan puts up his 22, 23 a night, but Kobe White's doing everything. He had like 43 points, rebounds, and assists, and his line yesterday was 30 and a half. I'm like, I don't know. So I hammered that. I did a little ladder action on that, and that one did really nice for me. So 3 for 3 on my picks yesterday, on my prop picks, which was nice. Our lottery pick did not hit, unfortunately. So we are 0-7 in our lottery picks, damn it. We are down $70. I'm updating that right now. But I am 16-11 on the year. Joe is 8-7. Our show picks are 4-5. So overall, you're making money with us if you're betting. Also, this isn't a plug or anything along those lines. It's just genuinely a tool to try to help you guys. Something I've used lately is Hall of Fame betting app. It's absolutely incredible for different parlays. Last year, you guys know, if you guys have been following the show, I was talking about how bad I was at NBA last year. I have completely flipped my NBA script this year, 20-something games into the season. So. And it's all because of Hall of Fame betting. I can't tell you how many times, just as a basketball fan, I go to make a parlay because it's what I feel, it's what I think, but then I plug it into Hall of Fame betting app, and I realize, wow, this has happened 13% of the time, actually, and this is not going to happen tonight. So it's a really great app for bettors. If you guys like making parlays, if you're watching games and you like to stack things up, it's really, really cool. I've also stayed away from the parlays in general this year because I've realized that that's how the sports books win. So I've taken a lot more straight bets this year, which has been a lot more fun winning. Winning's always more fun.
I can't seem to learn that. I keep doing the parlays.
Yeah, it's why the apps are winning. It's why they have so much money, because dumb people like us just keep falling into the traps, you know? I'm a sucker for it. Last night, I literally was up $250 on the night. I should have just went to bed. But instead, I was like, I got a little bit of play money. I'm going to put a parlay together. Now, last night, it wound up hitting. I did a very conservative parlay, but it wound up hitting. But that's what it is. It just gets me every time. I'm like, I'm watching this game. We'll throw a little bit on it. It's fun. I don't know. That's what makes sports betting fun for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a degenerate. I don't know.
Two things can be true.
Yeah. I did see really cool, though, last night. Speaking of gambling headlines, so everybody was hating on the game last night, the Thursday night game, right? Thursday night curse. It's going to be the under. Mikey picked it. You know, the Raiders are coming off getting shut out. Aiden O'Connell, it's the game of the backups with Easton Stick and Ethan, whatever his name is. Poor guy. But anyway, somebody bet $100 for each one of them to have 3 touchdowns, and they won $14,000. So that's kind of cool.
They were sweating at halftime.
Huh?
They were sweating
at halftime. How do you bet $100 on that? That's unbelievable. I don't know. That means it was plus 140,000.
Yeah.
140 to 1. That's fun. That's good. That's why we gamble, though. All right. In collectibles news, Bowman Draft is out right now. That's the Tom Brady special. So the 12 of 50 is still out there, guys. His 1 of 1 has been hit. But the 12 of 50, where he inscribed, he has a personal inscription on there, there's a bounty on it for $500, which means that you guys can pull that card and immediately get paid out $500,000. So we talk about gamble, that's the ultimate gamble. You can pay $700 for a box and maybe get a $500,000 card. Immediate liquidity, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you draw it up.
Yeah, and even if you don't hit that card, there's still other cards that you can make your money back on. Like
there's a lot. I mean, so yesterday somebody ripped the box in here. They ripped 3 boxes and they hit 2 Skeens autos. Right now, and the market's a little crazy just because it's his first card. His base cards are selling for $250 autos. So they made 500 rack right there in 2 cards.
What's your opinion on bounties in general? So like if somebody puts the $500,000 bounty on the Tom Brady card, inscription, all that. Obviously, if you pull that, you can go ahead and make your money without having to take a lick on, percentages from eBay or whatnot or whatever. But what if that's not what the market would have paid for it? Or what if the market would have paid hhigher? Like, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
What's your opinion on that?
I think it's great for the hobby as a shop owner too, right? I'm going to share that perspective. So first day, before we even got our second case in, because we bought a couple different cases, the 1 of 1 Brady that everybody was chasing was hit already, right?
Yeah.
So right then and there, if there was no other incentive for people to be ripping, because maybe, the names, the baseball guys are there, but it's not super sexy, that bounty is what keeps people buying. So, and I'm sure Topps is paying people to do those things and says, hey, look, it's a marketing thing. We'll pay you X amount of dollars. We'll buy the card, actually, but we need to keep the market going. So I think it's good for the hobby. I think it's fun, too. I think that's what is the gambling aspect of it, too. Again, I'm a gambler, so if I'm chasing a box, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Willy Wonka gold ticket, like that's it. So I think it's good for the hobby.
So what's your move? Let's say you pulled the Tom Brady inscription card.
Selling it immediately.
To the person with the bounty?
Yes. In a second.
You don't list it for higher?
No. In a second, I'm selling it. Like, 500,000 in my hand versus taking it to auction and maybe not getting I don't think it's worth 500,000.
Yeah,
I'm being honest. So I think 500,000 is an astronomical number for that. But again, I don't know. That's me. I would never, even if I had all the money in the world, I would never pay $500,000 for a raw card just to say I got it. Like
that's the key. It's raw.
And that's So again, that's me. But this guy that put the bounty out there, he's known in the hobby as the biggest Brady collector. So. Again, if you have that money and you're like, I want to have the biggest dick in the room, like that's the move then, and that's it. If you're the biggest Brady collector and you got the money, you got to do it. But I think again, that's what's great about collecting. Some people might not value it at $500,000. I probably wouldn't pay $10,000 for that card, honestly, me personally. But that's amazing that somebody is willing to pay $500,000, and especially as a store owner, I want people chasing that shit. It's fun. So. Yeah. And I want to chase it too. I think that's the gamble that's fun. That's really cool for me. So I think it's great for the hobby. I really do. What do you think?
I understand your perspective entirely. My question is, my only concern about it is why would the person who lists the bounty, like, what's his incentive for doing that? Yeah. Like it feels like just a pride move, which I'm not mad about, but I don't understand it.
Yeah. And that's me either. And that's where I guess I'm trying to think of, like, do you collect anything or do you have anything that is like super meaningful to you that you pay for? I guess I equate it to, like, everybody has like a thing that they, in my opinion, that they pay for, whether it's a coffee, and they know that they pay too much for it, but they're like, yes, this makes me happy. Like, I don't care. I can afford it. It's something that brings me joy. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's the psychology of that. And again, what would bring me joy is having $500,000 in my pocket and watching it grow, right? Not buying a Tom Brady card, but that's what that guy values, or that person values. So,
yeah,
I don't know. But overall, I think it's good for the hobby. How do you feel about Giannis chasing down the game ball? Talking about collectibles, right? So that's one of the. It's either Oscar Tshiebwe's one-of-one game, like first game points, ball, or it's Giannis's career high ball, and it's a one-of-one collectible. But how do we feel about him chasing it down?
I felt like that whole thing was just a debacle. Like, that was crazy. The fact that he literally sprinted to the locker room, being held back, all that kind of stuff, got in a little scuffle after. And then it came out that the ball that they took, that Tshiebwe took, was not the game ball.
Yeah, not
like
even the
it was
game
just
ball.
it was just a disaster.
I'm a huge Giannis fan. I love Giannis.
Me too.
And
You said a couple months ago that you think he is in the GOAT conversation in the next 5-10 years.
yeah, I think so. And that I feel like is a bad look for him.
So that was the biggest thing that I saw on Twitter is Giannis becoming unlikable and
Right.
all that whole conversation.
That narrative, yeah.
I don't know if that's I'm not falling to that narrative. I don't think he's becoming unlikable.
No, me
I
either.
think you listen to any of his press conferences. Like, I think he's a super likable guy. That move, look, if I had my career high and if I've already been an MVP, I've already won a finals, and then I top that with a career high game, and you want to give it to a rookie because it was his first bucket, I'm like, come on, dude, that's my ball.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I think so.
I love that take. Okay. I'm the exact opposite because of that. Because you've won MVPs, you've won all this stuff, it's almost like, yeah, buddy, this is your – the way that I equated it earlier, and again, I guess it could be different, but 4 or 5 homers in a game, right, for an individual player. Say Mike Trout or Shohei hits 4 or 5 homers in the 15th game of the year, Mm-hmm. It's been done before in the game. It's that person's career high, which is a special moment for that individual player. But say there's a rookie that hits his first home run or strikes out his first batter, and we had to decide which ball to give to. Like, obviously, there's a bunch of different game balls in baseball, right? It's different. I think it goes to the rookie. That's what I believe, and I think it's because it's been done before. Yes, it was a franchise record, but like you didn't really. It was a personal thing,
Mm-hmm.
I guess so was the rookie ball, but I think that is more meaningful for a rookie. And as the face of the NBA, you'd be like, yeah, bro, that's your ball.
So the difference for me is I think Giannis has earned it to this point. I think scoring a bucket in the NBA doesn't mean that you've earned it to take something like a 64-point game, career high, from one of the greats. And so I think it has more collectible value, in my opinion. If, like, I know you're big on the blockchain and stuff like that. Obviously, this isn't the same thing. But I think it has more collectible value in 10 years. If that's Giannis's game ball, it's inscribed. It has a Giannis signature. And then Tshiebwe turns into a dude, and Giannis is like, this was your first bucket. Now you have it, and it's signed by both. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Wow, that's cool.
Like, I think that is I think if Giannis says, this is my career high, you go earn this ball over the next 5 years, and I'll give it to you.
That's cool.
Like, I think that's the move.
Yeah, no, and when you even explain it that way from an asset standpoint, right, and value, there's a greater chance that Giannis is one of the top 5 greatest players of all time, more than Oscar Tshiebwe being an all-star center.
Yes.
And so that's where it's like, that ball has more value with Giannis' signature and being in Giannis' hands and being a franchise-breaking, game. You're right. I think that's cool. But that's why I asked you, because I value your perspective. That's a really unique perspective. I like it. And I think a lot of people probably share that too. But I didn't even think about it from that perspective, so that's cool. All right, let's get into some picks.
Let's do it.
All right, so you said you got unique stuff. I love this. We got Saturday NFL football, and it starts early too. We got early, right? It's isn't it in the morning, like 12 o'clock? We have a 12 o'clock game.
Yeah,
here?
it's the same breakdown as Sunday.
Yeah, for Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. So what we got? I like your 3 picks. You got some money line picks, right?
I have 4 picks.
There we go. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I have 3 money lines, so I'm taking Bengals over Vikings,
Yep.
Colts over Steelers, Lions over Broncos. The whole league is just banged up right now. The Vikings don't have a quarterback. The Bengals are down Joe Burrow, but Jake Browning's thrown for a touchdown in each of his last 3 games. I think one of them he threw 2 touchdowns. So in that game, I'm taking the Bengals to win. I'm also going to take Jake Browning for a passing touchdown. It's like minus 500 odds. But
So you're going to parlay those together?
Yeah.
The money line and the Jake Browning touchdown? Nice.
Yeah. And then Colts Steelers. The Steelers in shambles right now. You have the Lions, Broncos. Lions look like one of the better teams right now. I know their record doesn't necessarily reflect that, but I love their offense. I love the addition, how they use Jahmyr Gibbs and then stack David Montgomery in the red zone. So I'm riding those 3 money lines, and I'm throwing in Jake Browning for a passing touchdown as well.
I love it.
They're all minus odds.
You're not worried about the Broncos playing well right now and Russ Wilson being back?
Not necessarily. The Lions are playing at home, so I do feel like that helps.
Okay, it is at home. It's in Detroit.
I do feel like that helps a little bit.
Yep.
It's only minus 110 odds, so it's a coin flip, but I feel good about the Lions. Put those all together, parlay those together, it's plus 558. I'm also going to take them straight. I'm not going to take all 4 of them straight. I'm going to take Colts straight, Lions straight, and then I'm going to parlay Bengals and Bengals money line with Jake Browning. So 3 straight bets, 1 parlay.
I know. I like it. All right. So my NBA cheat sheet, I usually do some research, is not out yet. I have a couple subscriptions, and I combine a couple different degenerate groups that I'm in where we're calculated risk takers. So we crunch the numbers, obviously. So I have my NHL and NFL picks, but I don't have my NBA. I've been doing well with my NBA picks lately. How about this? I don't know if I told you this. So on Monday, because I think you were here Tuesday, but on Monday, remember I listed off like 13 different picks?
Yeah.
I was like, these are the 13 that I like. I'm going to pick 3, obviously. Out of those 13, I picked 3. Of course, the 1 out of 13 that didn't hit was one of the 3 that I picked for bets and breaks. But out of the 13, I hit 11 out of the 13. Evan Mobley didn't play. Actually, so I hit 10 out of 12. Evan Mobley didn't play. All right, so let's see what we got. I'm going my first one today. I didn't take it last night. I bitched out. I was a little disappointed in myself. So hockey names, bear with me, guys. I'm not a hockey fan, so I'm literally looking at numbers and players, and I'm going off that. And I think it's why I've had some success. But last night I backed out of a bet that I should have taken. Marchenko, again, he plays for the Coyotes. I can't say his Kirill. I don't know. But he averages 2.8 shots on goal a game, and he was playing against the number one. His position gives up the most shots on goal to his position, and the line was 2.5, and it was plus money, and it scared me away. And he crushed it. He had 3 in the first 20 minutes or whatever. So today, David Pastrnak is going against he's a left wing. He averages 5 shots on goal a game. His line is set at 5.5. It's the exact same thing as yesterday, so he's got to go over. It's a little higher than what yesterday's was, but I'm going to take it. And I like that one a lot. Clayton Keller, shots on goal. Lawson Krause, shots on goal. I'm going to parlay those together. Both of those over under 2.5. Both of them average 3, so I'm going to take those together, and it gets me plus 178 odds. I'll write them in here on the book. Also, for tomorrow's game, the Vikings and the Bengals. The Bengals give up the most yards to tight ends, so I'm taking T.J. Hawkinson. I'm a little nervous who's going to be throwing him the ball because who's coming in now? The dude from is it BYU or?
Here, I got you. Give me 1 second.
I forget the dude's name.
Yeah, I blank on his name as well.
The Pastronaut is out. We got a name? What's his name? That's it. Mullins. Yes. Nick Mullins. Thank you. There it is.
My Hall of Fame bet's lagged out. I had it out too.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm going T.J. Hawkinson. I'm going to do receptions and yards. The line isn't set yet on – it's probably set, actually. It wasn't set early this morning. So I'm going to take T.J. Hawkinson. Another one I'm messing around with is the Colts give up the 5th most quarterback rushing yards. Sneaky little one here. I'm taking Mitchell Trubisky for rushing yards. I'm going to take his over. I'm going to find out what they are, and I'm going to take the over. Another one, the Lions also give up the most rushing yards to a quarterback, so I'm going to take Russ's. I'm honestly going to take passing and rushing yards for Russ because he's been throwing the ball a lot better lately. So I'm going to take his passing and rushing yards over under. I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs passing and receiving.
Wait. Passing and receiving or rushing and receiving?
Rushing and receiving.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you.
I mean, they do trick plays and stuff.
Maybe. Yeah, that would probably be not a great bet for me, but the odds would be wild probably.
Been liquid.
Broncos defense give up the most rush yards. So I know that they have Montgomery as their RB1, but I like the rushing and receiving combo because he does, has some check down. They're not.
I like Gibbs a lot.
Me too. I think he's so explosive. He's one of my favorite players to watch. Like, just genuinely, like, I love betting on him because I like watching him play.
And they also, like, they've proved it throughout this year, but he's not a guy that they're going to let ride pine. Like, they spent the 12th overall pick on him. Like,
Exactly.
They're going to get his money.
Yeah, they're going to show. Yeah, exactly. And he has. He's been a nice compliment in their offense too. Like, they use both running backs really well. Another one I like, Najee Harris. I was a little nervous because he was hurt, but you looked up and he said that he's practiced all week and he looks good.
Yeah.
So the Colts give up the fourth most running back receiving yards and receptions, and they give up the seventh most rushing yards. So I like that little combo there. And his line is actually usually pretty low over under. It's usually like 67, 72, something like that. So you can usually get him rushing and receiving under 75. I really like that a lot, so I'll probably lean on that one. And then I'm going against the Commanders' defense. Like, their secondary is brutal. They give up the second most receiving yards in the league, so I'm going to mess around and find a nice combo of Cooper Kupp receptions and yards, and then Puka reception and yards.
So this is really interesting because I didn't take a lot of player props. I took mostly spreads, or not spreads, but even just lines.
Yeah.
And your player props are on the teams I have losing for the most part.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have T.J. Hockenson. You have.
That's right.
You have T.J. Hockenson. You are taking Jahmyr Gibbs. I have him winning. Who did you? You have Najee from the Steelers.
Yep.
So like.
Yep. That's interesting.
We
might be clashing. Yeah.
Do we thread the needle here?
Or if we thread the needle. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Maybe that would be, if we can double dip on that. Ooh, that would be nice. That would be nice. And I'm gonna go over a few basketball picks that I don't have too many props. Joel Embiid, you got to be betting on him. Like, if you're not, you're losing money if you're not betting on Joel Embiid right now. His points and rebounds are just stupid. The dude's averaging 34 a game right now. I was looking at it. His last 8 games, he has over 30 points. Like, his over/under is set tonight at 33.5. That's a little high for me because they're playing the Pistons again. They just beat them by 20. The line is set at -16 for the Sixers, so I'm a little nervous about that. But Joel Embiid averages 12.5 points in the first quarter, and so the other day they played Detroit again, and I was nervous about him playing the fourth, so I put a bigger bet on his first quarter points. His first quarter points were over 11.5 the other day, and he had 14. Today its over/under is 12.5, and it's even money, so I might take the 12.5, but I might take 14 also as an alternate first quarter points. And that would be plus 130. So I like that a little bit too. 14 points in the first quarter for Joel Embiid. The over/under is set at 259. What is Lila doing? She's just going back and forth to the different couches right now.
I know. For context, Anthony's dog is running around down here, but you can't see her in the frame, so you just see your head looking at her.
What is she doing? She's on one this morning. The cold weather makes her act a fool. The Pacers and the Wizards. 2 top tempo teams. They just like to run and gun. The Pacers are just going to come down the floor and shoot. They usually score. They score a lot of points. The Wizards give up a lot of points. They're not a very good basketball team, but they're also same style. Over/under is set at 259. Super high, but I think it's good. I still think it's good. The other night, the Pacers and the Bucks had the highest over/under ever set, and they blew past that again. So 3 times this year, the over/under has set a record for the highest in the league, and 2 out of those 3 times it's gone over. So I'm rolling with the over on this one. I like the over on the Wizards and Pacers. And my last pick is going to be hold on. I like the Lakers -7.5. LeBron and AD are going to be rested and healthy after the off day. They played San Antonio the other night. They covered this in San Antonio, and then they're playing a second one back to. That's weird. There's like 3 games in the NBA that the teams are playing the exact same city, the same team, back-to-back games. Super weird. Haven't seen that before. So I like the Lakers covering 7.5 against the Spurs. And then one last one that I like. We know we've talked about the Orlando Magic in the first half, but their second quarter money line is stupid, and against the spread is also stupid. So I'm just going to find that really quick and see what the quarter they might be positive money against the – you might get points in the – you do. Oof. All right, so the Magic are playing at the Celtics, and they're getting 1.5 points in the second quarter. I'll probably lock that in, honestly. Orlando plus 1.5 in the second quarter. I really like that. All right, so those are all my ones. Let's see. I'm going to lock in. What I'm going to lock in is. Oof. I'm scared. Last time I locked in Orlando in the second quarter, they screwed me. They played at Boston. I think I'm going to take Orlando plus 1.5 second quarter. That's going to be a lock. I think I'm going to take. I like Hawkinson or Gibbs. You're taking Gibbs, right? I mean, you're taking the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to lock in Gibbs then. I'm going to take Gibbs's rushing and receiving. I'll find the exact number.
Also, they've been feeding Sam Laporta lately too. So if you like tight end bets, like that's not a crazy bet for the Lions either.
Why you gotta throw that in?
I'm just saying you were taking Hawkinson from the Vikings, but
Yeah.
I know that's the Bengals game. But if you like the tight end bets, Laporta's been.
Well, I like the tight end bets. The reason I was going Hawkinson in that one, I saw an advantage just with the amount of tight end yards that the Bengals give up. So that's why I was going there.
Gotcha.
And knowing that Justin Jefferson's banged up a little bit, like Hawkinson might be the number one target. That's why I was going there and leaning on that one heavy. Gibbs, I don't know how I feel about Orlando. That's scaring me. All right, let's go Gibbs. Who do we trust more, Cooper Kupp or Puka?
Puka.
Puka.
At least right now. Obviously Puka's a rookie, but last year Cooper Kupp was getting crazy target share, and ever since his injury, he hasn't gotten the target share.
I know. I haven't bet on him at all this year, honestly. So that's why I like that. That's why I was like, I think I like. Fuck. Puka against the It's just I'm betting against the Commanders versus not even Puka, and Matt Stafford's been on fire lately. They've been really. Throwing the ball well, but I think I want to lean towards Hawkinson. Hawkinson screwed me this year, so let's go Puka and Gibbs and Orlando. Those are going to be my 3 picks, and let's pick one for the show. What do we like out of everything else?
Let's thread the needle. How do we find a way to thread it?
All right, let's go. I like it. You're betting against the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
So should we do the Hawkinson one or Trubisky rush? You're betting against. I'm betting against the Broncos too, right?
Yeah.
So I have Russ for rushing yards, rushing and receiving.
All right, so what did you have for Hawkinson? You had receiving yards or receiving touchdown?
Let's see. I was going to look and decide which line I liked better. Let's see.
I can get his receiving yards at I can get him 40 yards at minus 235.
I was going to do an over-under, honestly. So
okay.
His receiving yards over-under is 52.5. That seems a little high for me.
We can get it at 50 at minus 138.
Ooh.
You want to do that?
That's not bad. Let me see his receptions. Hold on. Hawkinson for 6 receptions. That's kind of scary too. Hold on. Let me see what. Let me look in Hall of Fame bets real quick. It'll tell you real quick. Hawkinson. What did we say? How many yards? 50?
I can get it. Yeah.
Woo! All right, his last 5, he's done that 100% of the time. His last 10, he's done it 90% of the time. And for the season, he's done it 58% of the time. He has only not done it September 10th and October 1st this year. Wow. Although, against Chicago, he did have 50 on the dot twice, both times against Chicago. And last week, he had 53 against Las Vegas. So, last 3 games, 55, 50, 53.
I feel like 50 is the safe play.
Yeah?
I mean, the whole reason that you wanted to take him anyways because the Bengals don't defend the tight end well.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's do it. And it's not receptions because it's been 5, 5, 4, 11, 7, 6. Yeah, he's only done 6. Yeah, he's failed on that one way more. All right, yeah, let's 50 lock it in. That's the show pick. At minus 138 isn't terrible either.
Okay, and so that gets us to our plus 1,035.
Taking what?
If you take my parlay, throw in Hawkinson, are we throwing in Russ for rushing yards as well? Are we threading this needle?
Yeah, let's for our lottery pick.
Yeah.
So it's what is it? So it's Bengals money line.
Bengals money line.
Yep. Hawkinson over 50 yards.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
I had Jake Browning for 1 passing touchdown.
Yep.
I have Colts money line and Lions money line, but you wanted to bet on Russ for rushing yards as well.
Rushing and passing, maybe. That's going to fucking be stupid odds. So maybe we take one of the money lines out that you don't feel great about.
Which one you think? I think Colts is probably the safest one to take out.
Colts and Steelers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like the Steelers might win. Where's that game? Is it in Indianapolis or okay. I do feel better about that then.
All the ones I picked are home games though.
That's good. Yeah. All right. So that's the lottery pick.
All right, and then Russ for.
So Russ for, let's see, passing and receiving.
I can't get passing and receiving in FanDuel.
All right, let's see, pass and rush. Sorry.
That's what I meant. I can't get.
So I got him for two. It's right now his pass and rush yards over under is 245.5. So that's probably the.
His over under on rushing yards on FanDuel is 27.5. So they're saying he's going to get 220 passing.
Yeah. I don't even have. Oh, never mind. What is it on FanDuel? How much?
His over under on rushing is 27.5 yards.
That's what it is on DraftKings too. All right. I kind of like the passing and rushing combo.
Okay.
It protects you a little bit. All right, so then it would be that Bengals money line, right? Detroit money line, and then what did we say? Hawkinson for 50 yards.
Yep.
Let me see. Receiving props. Jordan Addison's back? Oh, boy. That makes me a little nervous. I didn't know. I thought he was still hurt.
I think it's okay.
Oh, I got 50 yards at minus 130 on my book. All right, what am I missing? I got 4 here. I got Hawkinson, Lions money line, Bengals money line, and Russ passing and rushing.
Jake Browning for one
yeah.
with passing touchdown.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, man, wait. I can't. All pass. Wait, I can't just pick one touchdown on mine. Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, we're crossing books here.
Yeah, you're on FanDuel? All right, so I'll place it on FanDuel. I can do it on FanDuel. Yeah, I can't just get one touchdown
but
for
I can't
Browning.
I can't get passing and rushing for Russ.
That's so annoying. Why can't we do that?
Yeah. So
Jake Browning for 1.5 touchdowns? Ugh, I don't like that. I don't hate 1.5 touchdowns, but
that's the stretch. So if you look at his last 3, he's only thrown 2 touchdowns in one of them, but he's
Really?
thrown a touchdown in all 3.
pass attempts. I don't know. I got plus 607 on here. So we need one more thing. I guess I could add the money line of the one that we took out.
Yeah, we could
Colts
always add
money line.
Colts money line back.
Colts money line gets me to 1100, plus 1100.
Let's do it.
All right. I like it. All right, so our lottery pick is Russ over 45.5 rushing and passing. Bengals, Lions, and Colts money line, and then TJ Hawkinson over 50 yards. Boom! Plus 1100. That's going to get us. That's it. $10. It's on it. We're in the mix. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here. Please, if you guys have not hit that subscribe button, please do that. It goes a long way. If you guys enjoyed the show, please share it with your friends. Tell everybody about it. Make sure you guys join us on Monday. We'll be recapping our weekend picks and talking about the Monday night game. But again, thank you guys for being here, and see you on Monday.